viewers, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time of tuning in, please don't hesitate to subscribe to this channel, and then don't forget to turn on the notification bell that each time I post a new video you're going to get a new update from me. And after watching this video, you do one thing for me: share it. Press your hand in the share button, and also you can like this video if you enjoy watching it, but make sure you share this video for it to go viral. And what is today's topic? I want to teach the male folks. This video is specifically for the male, for the men, for guys. Please, if you're a spiritual seeker, in my previous video I've talked about the benefits of being a spiritual seeker and how it makes things much easier for you. Then on this video I want to talk about the dangers, the side effects or the cons of approaching things the wrong way. And one of those things you approach the wrong way is when it comes to sexuality, when it comes to sexual pleasure. A lot of male folks do it the wrong way. It is very bad. It has a spiritual implication for you to use your mouth, as a man, using your mouth to lick a woman's private, or to lick a woman's genitals, either anus or the genitalia, the vagina. Is very, very, very bad for you to go that extreme. Let me give you a case study. It is like a man that went to a pond. I know you guys know what a pond is. A pond is a water that doesn't move. And once you go to this pond, you now use all the dirt. That you've accumulated in your house and pour into this pond. Do you know what happens? It has been contaminated, that is going to produce an odor, a smell that is unpleasant. It's going to produce an unpleasant smell that it has to, before you have a clean water, means you have to either find a way for that water to leave that premises, or you have to mop the water itself, mop it up and mop it down to remove that dirt that has been poured into the water. So that's how it is in spiritual realm. And I want to sound this also as a note of warning. In the spirit realm, once you do something and you did it unconsciously, maybe you did it by mistake, it will be forgiven because you did it unknowingly. You understand? Maybe if you are forced to, or you're coerced at the gunpoint to do something, and you are doing it because you want to save your life, or you're doing it because you don't want to fall into that trouble, it can be an excuse. It can be accepted as an excuse. But if it's done repeatedly, it's no longer an excuse. You understand? It means that it's habitual, because anything that is done in a habitual manner is now a ritual. That's what the word ritual comes in. The word ritual means a repetitive way of doing things. So once you have engaged yourself in that repetitive pattern of doing things, it is now called rituals. So, and one thing with rituals, that whenever something is done repeatedly, it attracts energies or angels towards it. So if that thing is for the good, it attracts positive angels. If it's for the bad, it attracts negative angels or negative spirits, as we all call it. And what is the consequences of attracting all this kind of spirit is that once you dwell with it, it keeps expanding. And anything negativity doesn't give you much yield in return. It doesn't give you any yield in return. Instead, it takes from you. It saps your energy. It dams you. It takes more than it gives. That's one thing with negativity. But if it's a positive energy, it grows from strength to strength, and it's beneficial to both you and others around you. So that is why I'm sounding this note of warning, that you must be conscious of your daily habits, be conscious of the things you do, be conscious of everything you've involved yourself in. Know the consequences, because everything in life is about action and consequences. The action you sow is the consequences you reap at the end. So plant things consciously and be mindful of the things you are planting. Now, like I'm going to talk about how to cleanse spiritually. If you have done this in the past and you're a victim of what I just said now, or you are the culprit in this, like I talked about before, when it becomes habitual, it's no longer an excuse. So what you should do is to get 9 as a man. As a man, all you need to do is to get 9 seeds of alligator pepper and chew it. After chewing it, you spit it out. You spit it out. That's what you should do. Then as a female, all you need is to do is 7 seeds, seven seeds of alligator pepper, chew it and spit out. So that you cleanse yourself from that impurity inside your system. And make sure you take in 4 seeds of alligator pepper into your bathing water. Use ogirisi leaf. Most of you know ogirisi leaf. Okay, let me show you ogirisi leaf on the screen. You can see ogirisi leaf, and do a thorough spiritual bathing. You bathe with it. You scrub. Use it to scrub. Don't use towel. Don't use soap. You use this thing as a sponge. After bathing, you pour the water on yourself and move on. Let it drown you. This is how you do cleansing. But then, if you've done this repeatedly, then you don't need to go this. You need a deeper spiritual cleansing, which will involve the services of a third party. That's where I'm going to come in, because what you've done has accumulated a lot of penalties, and it must be appeased spiritually. So this is where I'm going to come in. So if you've done this and you discover, even if you bathe and do this, the ones I just told you now, it is not going to work until that deep spiritual cleansing takes place. So once you involve me, it's not going to cost you much. I'm going to appease to my deities to help me solve your issue on your behalf. And remember, anything deity can connect to any part of the world. It mustn't be you being resident in my environment before it works. So as long as it's a powerful deity, it's going to work. So please and please, let's be careful with our behavior and our utterances and our daily habits, so that we'll be breaking free from all these impurities that are heralding around us in our environment. If you find this video helpful, don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and make sure you share the video at the end of the day. Thanks for stopping by. See you.